Hi friends, Kristi here. Welcome to my kitchen counter and thank you all for joining our party. So I'm looking forward to partying with you guys this week and sharing with you all kinds of fun tools that can help you save time and money really in the kitchen, because we all know when we cook at home, we're eating healthier and we're spending less money, right? So what we're gonna do today, I'm gonna share with you quite a few of our new spring products, but I'm gonna start with an item. It's pretty basic, and I honestly think every kitchen needs one of these too. So what we're gonna be doing today, just to let you know, is I'm going to be grilling up some chicken on our new grill and griddle, so I'll show you all about that. We're gonna use that chicken to make some quesadillas, so this is a really quick and easy dinner. I also have some boiled eggs going back there in my quick cooker, so I'm gonna share with you about that too. That's another power tool I use often. And then I'm gonna show you another kind of product, I guess. I don't know if you'd call it a classic quite yet, but it's a great one, especially for spring and summer. Really, we should be eating vegetables all year round, but it seems like this time of year is when everybody's kind of like, okay, it's getting nicer outside, so we're gonna get some more veggies in. So I'm gonna show you some tricks for that. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to butterfly your chicken. So this tool, who has it? I forgot to mention at the beginning, comment as we go along. I'll definitely be able to answer the comments and respond back to you when we're done here. But who has this? If you have it, comment. This is called our close and cut. It's spring loaded on the top and the bottom. So this is perfect for really slicing anything in half. What we're gonna be doing today is chicken breasts, but great for bagels, English muffins. You can get a plate full of cherry tomatoes or grapes, fold it in half, and in one swipe, you have half grapes or half cherry tomatoes. Where was this when my boys were little and I was having to cut all those grapes in half before I could give it to them, right? So if you've got a toddler, whether it's your child or your grandchild, you need this because it makes getting grapes ready for those kids a lot quicker. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, these are our chef's tongs. I'm just gonna take these, I'm gonna put them, one chicken breast right here on the plate, and this is dishwasher safe too, so very easy to clean up, just at the top rack. 8-inch blade. This actually comes with this as a set, which is amazing, and you're just gonna go back and forth, and that sawing motion then takes and butterflies your chicken perfectly. So when you do this, your chicken's gonna go twice as far, right? You're gonna have twice as much of it, because that first, when I picked that up, that was not portion appropriate. Let me pull it up. And a lot of times people don't realize, I'm just eating a chicken breast and some vegetables. Why am I not losing weight? Well, when you're eating chicken breast like this, it's probably about double portion of what you should have, ounce-wise. But, you know, nobody wants to have just half of a chicken breast. So when you can butterfly it like this, you're getting the more portion appropriate version, right? And your mind is realizing you're getting a full chicken breast, not just half of one. Now, the other nice thing about preparing your chicken like this is that you are going to have a quicker time cooking it. It's not going to take quite as long, and you're going to get a nice even cook as well, because it's not like that end piece is going to be a little crispy by the time the fat piece is done, right? So let me just put this in the sink here. Again, that's called the close and cut, and it's a set with that chef's knife, so you have exactly what you need. Now, all I'm going to do here, I'm going to have my chef's tongs. Y'all, I love these chef's tongs. They are silicone tip, stainless steel handles. When you're holding it up like this, the slide goes down and locks them in place, so when they're in your drawer, they're not getting tangled up with everything else. And then when you have it upside down and you squeeze, the slide goes down and you're ready to toss a salad, get your pasta ready. We use this over the stove a lot, like with stir fries and things. It's just real easy to maneuver. I have several pairs of these. And there's also a small version too for those smaller jobs. Air fryer. I use this a lot for my air fryer. Works the same way with that slide, okay? All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna season this chicken up before we get ready to grill it, okay? And I'm gonna use two of my favorites. This is our Southwestern and our chili lime. We have a chipotle too that's really good. I should have pulled that out. Anyway, I'm just gonna season this up a little bit because this is gonna be for our quesadillas. I'm gonna do a couple of them, maybe I'll do 3 of them because I'm just going to do a couple of quesadillas for the boys because Paul and I are going to be eating something else tonight. And then I'm going to use our seasoned salt on the others. Seasoned salt happens to be Paul's favorite. And if you, where is it? I thought I had it. Maybe I didn't have it out. Let me look real quick. All right, oh, here it is. Okay, so who has used any of our pantry items? Comment, let me know your favorites. Again, the seasoned salt, one of Paul's favorites for sure. We like it on meats, on vegetables, potatoes. I really like it on potatoes. We have a new one called salt and vinegar that's really good on potatoes, especially like French fries. If you want to do some French fries, kind of a good flavor. Or if you make your own potato chips or just even roasted potatoes, salt and vinegar, new one. Now, if you don't realize, our pantry items, y'all, gluten-free. There's no additives, no MSGs, none of those added, no added sodium. A lot of fresh herbs, they'll have sodium just naturally in them, but nothing added, so that's great too. Okay, so let me take this. I'm gonna take a little break from our chicken now because I'm gonna show you our quick cooker. This is our quick cooker. Let me bring it over. I'm gonna unplug it. The quick cooker is the Pampered Chef's version of an electric pressure cooker. And the nice thing about an electric pressure cooker is it helps you cook things a lot faster, okay? So you can do anything in here from, I've done 2 racks of ribs, I've done roasts, we've done chicken. There's a salsa chicken recipe that's super easy. Taco Tuesday, if you want a little variation, chicken breast and a cup of salsa. You can add some onions, bell peppers, things like that in there too. What happens is it's cooking under pressure, which cooks faster, which retains nutrients, more nutrients than if you're cooking in the oven or on the stove or in the microwave. So just to let you know that. But what's required when you are cooking in your quick cooker is liquid, and it's very hot then when it comes out. So if you have a pressure cooker, electric pressure cooker, comment. It may not be this one. After we get done here, you may wish it was this one. I've had a lot of customers and hosts tell me, oh my gosh, I'm selling my blankety blank so I can get this one. I've never had a pressure cooker before I had the Pampered Chef, but I have been with Pampered Chef long enough to realize when Pampered Chef comes out with it, usually it's gonna be top of the line, and it's usually gonna take care of all the problems that people had with the current product. Can anybody relate? Can you relate to that? Okay, so let me just talk to you, especially for those that have never used a pressure cooker. So ours has 14 pre-programmed settings, okay? What I have in here now is just boiled eggs. This is something I do about every 10 days because then I just take the 18 eggs that are in here now and I mark on the package that it's boiled. So once these are out, I'm gonna put them in here. They'll be in my fridge. Great grab to, slice up and put on a salad. Great grab just to have a snack, heavy protein. Quick way to grab a breakfast on the go, okay? So anyway, that's our little trick on storing those. So 14 pre-programmed settings. All I did with my boiled eggs, it's 5, 5, and 5 is the trick. 5 minutes on pressure cook. With pressure cooking, it's not like 5 minutes from the time you press start because it does have to do a little preheating. I like to say, like when you preheat your oven, you don't start the time for cook right then, right? So it kind of preheats, it comes up under pressure. Once it comes up under the pressure, which could be 5 to 10 minutes, takes 5 minutes then to boil those eggs. And then you want to do a natural release for about 10 minutes. Now when I unplugged this, it was on 6, it's probably been about 10, and a natural release just means it's not cooking anymore. Once it gets down to that time, it starts on a warming, and it'll even tell you that on here. It's pretty sweet. So when this little red pressure indicator is popped up, like you can see here, I can't open this lid. It's locked. It's not going to let me open it because it's still under pressure. Now, this is what really sets us apart from any of the others. The steam is very hot, and this is where the steam will come out. But this is what I'm going to push to get that steam to release. Okay, so if you have another pressure cooker, you might be going, oh my gosh, that's amazing. She's not going to be burning her hands. I've had people tell me with other pressure cookers, they love these because their pressure release is going to be like right over here by the opening where the steam comes out. That's not good. That's gonna burn your hands. Uh-oh. So on here too, when you are getting it, I'm not sure why it's not, well, let me see here. For some reason, I'm having to hold this down. There might be a little issue going on underneath. I'll have to check that out when I'm done. But what happens is when you are getting your pressure cooker ready to go, that just drop down. You'll see on here, there's a little icon. I don't know if y'all can see that on the button, but there's also that same little icon on the bottom of the release valve or the steam valve. And you want to make sure those are lined up. The other thing you want to make sure is that you have your little silicone ring inside. That's going to help you get that pressure built quicker. And then what I have in here, my dear hubby's going to be helping me today, so you'll see Paul here and there in a few minutes. He'll come and help. But all I have is my boiled eggs in here. So I talked about 5 minutes, right? 5 minutes to cook. 5 minutes natural release, and then 5 minutes in a cold ice bath. These are our 2 smaller stainless steel bowls, and I have a large one over here with some cold water in it. So Paul's gonna take, and he's just gonna take these, put them down into that cold water, and I'll share a video of how you can peel these with one hand. One hand, peeling the egg. Okay, so thank you, honey. Say hi to Paul. He's my partner in crime. Thank you. And he's going to be helping me too as I am going to be showing you our Grill and Griddle. Now, I will say, we've been having fun with this. Oh, yes, these right here. Sorry, honey. Don't want him to burn his hands. We've been having fun playing with the Grill and Griddle. And I'll just tell you, y'all, there's a lot of little bells and whistles on this. My daughter-in-law, when I was telling her about what was coming out before we actually saw it, she's like, oh, is it like a George Foreman? I'm like, no, not really. I guess the idea that you can grill on your counter is the same, but beyond that, not anything like it, okay? So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna kind of first show you. It comes with griddle plates. It also comes with grill plates, and that's what we're going to be using today. So these have the grill marks, okay? It does come with a cookbook, like all of our appliances, with lots of recipes and ideas and tips, and just charts even too, with like just different proteins, how to do different proteins, vegetables, things like that. It also comes with an instruction guide. This is very, very nice and organized. I will say, true confession, a lot of times I am one that looks at the instruction manual as like the troubleshooting guide. Anybody else? Can anybody relate? Anybody else look at the instruction manual as the troubleshooting guide? So I'll tell you more about that as we go on. My husband, very smart, he's like, finally when I was talking about how I couldn't figure something out, he goes, where's the instruction manual? So I'll tell you that in a minute. So let me show you what happens here. First of all, you can take this little slide, open it up, fold it flat. So on the griddle, what we did one Saturday morning is grilled up some sausage patties, then moved all the sausage patties to one side and kept them warm while we cooked our eggs over here. There's 2 plates, there's 2 settings. Y'all can have one side set on one temperature while the other one is on a different temperature. I don't think your foreman does that. The other thing that's cool is you can cook like this. So maybe you have your chicken going on over here. If I was doing fajitas or something, maybe chicken going on over here and your veggies going on over here. But the way we're gonna do it today is we're putting chicken on. Because the heat is on both sides, we're gonna close it, okay? Now, with that said, when you close it, you have different settings here too, because there is a little adjustment where you can have this bad boy where it's just like a heater. So maybe you're doing a pizza and then you put some toppings on after you have the crust done, and then you want just the cheese to melt. Or you just want, maybe something's cooked and people aren't home yet, or you're waiting for them and you don't want them to have cold food, so you can just put it on a warming setting like this. You guys, I mean, I haven't had this that long, so we're still playing around with it. And every time we do, we get a little bit giddy, okay? So let me move this to the close setting, because that's what we're gonna do. Now, Let me show you how easy these plates are to switch, okay? I was a little bit nervous, but look, there's a little button here. You press that button and the plate pops up. Easy. Okay, let me put these over here. And then to load them, you're just gonna take this little end. It's kind of like the little drain end on it, and then you push it down, right? There is a little drain tray here too. So any of the grease kind of funnels into the middle, goes down into that tray for you. So cleanup is a breeze, okay? So let me show you what else it comes with. This is especially important, I think, with chicken, really any meats. You can do the same thing with your burgers. This is a probe. So I'm gonna stick my probe right in here, okay? And then I'm going to hit the probe button, and then the temperature is flashing. But I'm gonna hit the button here, and then you see how it went down to a lower temperature. Anybody know what the correct temperature of cooked chicken is? 165. So I'm gonna put this to 165, and then I'm gonna hit the start, okay? And then I'm gonna go over here to grill. Oh. So we're gonna get this hot. The nice thing about the grill is, like I said, it's going to heat both of them evenly unless you purposely want them on 2 different temperatures. And then there's a whole thing that you can do. Instead of pushing the probe button, you know, you'll press the top bottom button so you can set those grills on different temperatures. Ooh, is that fun? Hey guys. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, this is getting warm. I'm gonna go get my chicken because we're gonna put our chicken in. The other thing that this comes with is a cleanup tool. These are non-stick trays. Y'all, they're actually dishwasher safe. Now, my dishwasher gets pretty full pretty fast, so they're so easy to clean up. I have not put mine in the dishwasher yet, and you don't really need to, okay? So let me take our chicken, and then we're gonna get this going on our grill. And you can hear it sizzle. It's probably not quite hot enough. I probably should have waited a little bit longer. I can hear it sizzle, but it's not quite as loud. But the nice thing about the probe is that it's gonna let us know exactly when the chicken is done. So the nice thing about this, y'all, is you're not gonna have to be babysitting your chicken. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say babysitting your chicken? Anybody done that? If you're the griller, if you're not the griller, your husband probably knows, because they're the ones standing out in the heat or the cold, because you have to flip the chicken outside on the grill, right? And you're not gonna have to here. So let me take this chicken stuff and put it in my sink, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just shut this down, okay? And then I'm gonna take my probe and I'm gonna stick it right in. And I like to close it before I stick it in because you want that probe to go totally perpendicular, totally parallel, right? Not perpendicular. You don't want it perpendicular to the grill, you want it parallel to the grill because you don't want that tip to touch the grill plate. You want it just in the meat. So I'm gonna move this back and I'm gonna show you one of my other new products for this spring. How's everybody doing? Excited? Now, the nice thing about this too is that I'm not having, like I said, to babysit it. So I can go on to make my guacamole, to make my side dish, to empty the dishwasher, any of those things that you wouldn't necessarily be able to do if you're babysitting your chicken on the stovetop or out on the grill. Okay, so any guacamole fans? Anybody? Avocado fans? I love avocado. I could just eat them like an apple, really. I like avocado. So here's the avocado. The worst part of opening and cleaning the avocado to me was the seed. So let me show you a little tip. This is our avocado tool. Isn't that fun? There's a serrated edge here, very sharp, and then there's a smooth edge. The serrated edge is for cutting through the skin, okay? I'm just gonna go all the way around. I'm gonna twist. And the core. I'm sure you probably heard of the knife trick, but then that could be dangerous. But look, take this, stick that core down in, boom, right there, and then you can just kind of pull it off. Now, the non-serrated edge is the one that you're gonna wanna use just to slice it up. And then I'm using, this is our small Cool and Serve bowl. Have you guys, anybody had the Cool and Serve? Any of our Cool and Serve? Like there's the bowls, there's the trays, right? Anybody use any of the Cool and Serve? Which ones do you have if you have any of the Cool and Serves? I love them all. And I should have showed you, but I can show you real quick here after I get this out. I'm going to take the little bowl out, and there's an insert in the bowl. This is what you can keep in your freezer. So I just pulled this out of my freezer. It's nice and cold. So when I am taking a dip or a salad or guacamole out of the fridge, and it's going to maybe sit on the counter or go outside or go to the pool with you, that kind of thing, it's going to stay nice and cool to 2 hours, okay, even outside at the pool. So anyway, so here's the thing. Anybody like fresh guacamole? I have to say, I think I make a pretty good guacamole myself. And really, it's just, what, avocado, onion if you have it, cilantro if you want to use that. But the basics are avocado, lime juice, salt, fresh garlic are the 4 key that you have to have every time. But sometimes you don't have a fresh lime, or you don't have this, or you don't have that. Pampered Chef to the rescue. Look at this. Now, I don't know, some of you Pampered Chef junkies, I'll call you. I'm a Pampered Chef junkie. Back in the day, we had a guacamole mix, and I was really sad, and that's when I had to learn how to make my own guacamole, is when they discontinued that mix. So, all I'm going to do is take 1 tablespoon, I like to say heaping tablespoon, of the guacamole mix for each avocado. So if you have 3 avocados, 3 tablespoons. Super, super easy. Let me forgot to get my little masher out. And then you just mix it all up. And when you mix it all up, it is gonna be, I was skeptical, y'all. I was skeptical. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna really taste as good as my guacamole. It does. And look how fast this is. I could have done a couple more avocados and a couple more tablespoons, but just like that, guacamole is done, right? So there's a side dish that's going to be going with our quesadillas when we get done. So let me move this over here, and I'm going to just show y'all too our new spring catalog. Isn't it beautiful? That girl griddle is right on the top. So let me kind of get some other, I wish I could smell. One day, I wonder how long it's going to take before we have like smell-o-vision, right? I mean, who would have thought? This is kind of Back to the Future-ish. Remember when we watched those movies going, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be weird when we can see each other and chat? And now we have FaceTime, right? So what I'm going to do now is what am I going to do now? I wish I could, now here's the thing. I'm kind of excited about this and wanted to show you guys, but I think what I'm going to do now is show you another tool, because a side dish that I will make to go alongside this is a recipe that I will post in the party. It's called Mexican sweet potato rice. Yeah, it's really, really good. So this is one of our new products too. This is a juicer. We still have our citrus press. So those of you that have been to my parties, you know how much I love our citrus press. We still have that. Nice thing about this one is it's got a little cup here. A little bowl that you can drain your juice in, but you can take the zester and you can zest your lime first. And this recipe that I'm doing, I'm trying to think, I've made some variations to this recipe. I'm not sure if the original recipe calls for lime zest, but lime zest and lemon zest, any of those citrus zests, when a recipe calls for it, add it. It's really good because there's so much flavor captured in the zest of these citrus fruits, okay? Now I'm just gonna cut this bad boy in half, and then we're gonna juice. Now I'm gonna kind of juice into the lime zest, but look at that. Look how fast and how much zest I have. Okay? So this Mexican sweet potato rice, it's gonna basically be sweet potatoes is what's gonna be used as our rice. I'm gonna show you that here in a minute. But there we go. We are going to be juicing our limes. Limes don't have seeds like lemons do, but you're going to catch the seeds with this tray. And you know, I think some of you may have seen my little tip about limes. When you're going to get really any citrus fruit. If you look for a smoother skin, a larger one with a smoother skin's gonna have more juice in it. There's also some other tips for getting some juice in, and that's rolling it on the counter. If you have a hard one, microwave for about 10 seconds will help to get those juices flowing too and soften it up. So just like that, this is a pretty small lime, but I'm gonna have lots of flavor in my sweet potato rice. Okay, so I'm gonna set that aside, and then I'm gonna show you a couple of other things. Here's what I'm nervous about. I'm nervous because I'm talking, and I hope I didn't miss the beep. So I'm gonna pull out my other one, because this is what I did when we first were doing the probe. I checked it because I'm a little skeptical that way. But in this case, I'm just afraid I maybe missed the beep. So let me do a little test drive. Now this, I will say, this is our pocket our thermometer, instant read thermometer. It has a magnet, so you can put one on your fridge if you have that. Oh, doesn't that look pretty? So let me check here. I thought I heard a beep. That's the thing, and I think I did. I think I heard the beep, and now here we go. All right, so Paul's going to come back over here and help me, because I'm going to pull this off. Take my probe out. I'm going to go ahead and unplug this for now. And then I'm going to put the cooked chicken back on here. I told you I had quite a few of these, didn't I? So I'm just going to put this over here. And I don't know if y'all can see this, but there is just juice on this chicken. Okay, so these are the Southwestern ones, honey. So these other ones you don't have to necessarily cut up, since we'll use those for something different. Now the nice thing about this too is you don't necessarily have to cook all of your chicken at once, right? So what we did, we just had the one. Thank you. Thanks, honey. Okay, so I'm gonna let this cool. Yep. Thank you. So we're gonna let this cool, and then I'm gonna we're gonna be heating it up again for the quesadillas, but I'm gonna let it cool for now because I don't need the heat, right? Okay, so let me get our spiralizer over here. We're gonna be getting this ready to go for our Mexican sweet potato rice. Okay. Now, anybody seen our spiralizer? Anybody have our spiralizer? It's a pretty sweet deal, right? So I'm just gonna show you real quick. We are gonna use the spaghetti. The spaghetti. There's a like a fettuccine blade too, a little bit thicker. There's a ribbon blade right in here as well, which is fun. So I'm just gonna put the spaghetti side up. This blade guide helps it to stay in place and get in there nice and even, because you want it to be nice and flush. And then I'm going to take the blade guide off. And if you see, there's these prongs that hold the food together. I'm gonna kind of make a flat edge on the end here too. I just use our serrated peeler to peel this. Love it. I'm gonna put the skinny side down, because those prongs I told you about up there, they kind of hold that food into place. So what do I do with this besides just sweet potatoes? And I didn't microwave these or cook these at all, okay? So this is just, and look how fine that is. Isn't that pretty? And then what I'm gonna do is just take a chef's knife after I get this all done, and I'll just use a rocking motion to kind of make it more bite-sized, like kind of rice-sized pieces. And then I'm gonna use our 2-quart enamel baker, which is this one here. This was new in the fall, the 2-quart. And we have a 1-quart too, but look at the new color for spring. Isn't that pretty? It's a really pretty blue. So I'm gonna be using the 2-quart, oven safe and stovetop safe, and I have a flat top. And yes, these are safe on the flat top. Our Dutch oven, cast iron, y'all, one of my favorite things. We use it often. In fact, it just sits on our stove because it's beautiful, and it's just ready to go whenever we're ready. So you can see just like that. In fact, this is probably gonna be enough for the batch I'm gonna do, but you can see how you get a lot out of this. Now, I've used this for potatoes. Usually I use the ribbon blade for potatoes. I've also used this with those English cucumbers, zucchini, great zucchini noodles. And then those prongs at the top, you're gonna have a piece that's about this thick, right? From those prongs that don't go down. But what I'll do when we get off here, like I said, I'm just gonna kind of mince these. I'll be cooking that up with a little bit of olive oil, our lemon zest, our lime zest. I'm gonna be adding a little green chilies and some black beans. I'm gonna move this over to the side here because our chicken's all ready to go. So let me get our chicken back over here. And we are going to get some quesadillas done. And I'm gonna get them on the grill. So let me get this going again. We're not gonna use the probe this time, so I'm just gonna turn the knob over to the grill. Whoop. I'm gonna go down to 450. Actually, 375. Press. Oh wait, you know what? Okay, get over here to grill. Pampered chef, not perfect chef. Okay, and then I'm going to, it's gonna automatically go 5 minutes. Probably won't even take the 5 minutes for quesadillas. So what I'm gonna do here is just open up our tortilla pack. I am gonna open up a little can of green chilies. I'm gonna put some of the green chilies in my Mexican sweet potato corn, because some of them will be good on a quesadilla. Smooth edge can opener, y'all. No sharp edges on the can. And then the little teeth are gonna lift that bad boy right up. And then I'm gonna drain it a little bit because I don't want the juices on my quesadilla. So this is our measuring colander. This fits right over the side. If you have a center on your sink, it's great for rinsing blueberries, draining beans, which is what I'll do to drain and rinse my black beans when I get to that, okay? So, for time's sake, I'm just going to grab our cheese that I already grated with our amazing coarse grater that y'all, I just pray comes back in the line soon. And when it does, make sure you join Kristi's Kitchen Counter, because that's the friends that are going to hear about it first. And let me just say, they're working really hard with that manufacturer to try to get them back going. So I'm just going to take and put some chicken on with our cheese, and then put a few green chilies over. Let me grab a little. All right. Anybody getting hungry? Anybody thinking, oh, maybe we'll have quesadillas for dinner tonight? Okay, now, the thing that I love about the juice that was on is that it kind of helps give it flavor as it's cooking, right? Okay, so let me move this over. I have to show you one more super cool, especially super cool if you're a veggie person. It's called our Rapid Prep Mandoline. So let me just bring this aside. So this is how it stores. It's all kind of together. And then this part opens up. It has 3 different cutting styles. There is a slice, there is a julienne, and there is a French fry cut. Okay, French fry, julienne, and slice. Okay, and then there's 8 different thicknesses from 1 to 8. All right, so I'm gonna go about 5 just to see. Okay, and I'm gonna take this. First of all, the guard blocks the blade. You can take the little carrying unit, kind of fit it right underneath here. See that? So all of the fruit, all the veggies are going to be shooting into this. There is a little holder right here that locks into position. You twist. So here's the deal, y'all. We do still have our simple slicer. Love the simple slicer. But here's the thing. Even that one, you're running your food and your hand over the blade. In this case, we're making a blade do the work. And then our hands are protected by this food holder and presser. So I'm gonna just show you a quick way to get some veggies. Ready? You have a salad you wanna get done? Do I have this on my julienne? I don't. Okay, I think I have it on the julienne. Forgive me, this is new. Okay, ready? I think I have it on the French fry cut because they're a little bit thicker. But look at that. All those, and these are going to be actually a good size for a salad because you can actually stick them in, right? So there we go. Let me show you. I'm going to show you the slicing. Let me turn it around here to the slicing. Maybe I'll have Paul check. Oh, look at that. I think that's about done. I might cancel that. So let me get down with our radishes. We'll do some slicing on the radishes. And let me go down to a thinner slice so you guys can just see the difference. These were like 5 and these were 3. You see the difference in the thickness? Isn't that fun? But can you imagine? I had a potato this morning I was playing with. And I was doing all the settings and I was doing all the thicknesses. It was pretty sweet. I'll post that picture too, just to let you guys see, okay? So fun, so fun. So just like that, you have toppings for a salad you can kind of throw on. All of these pieces are dishwasher safe too. Mine ran through the dishwasher this morning. Top rack away from your heating element. If your dishwasher is one that has the heating element on the top, you may need to adjust a little bit. Okay, let me grab our other cutting mats. I'm going to grab a spatula. Put this over here. We'll get that cut up. And that is going to be delicious. First, I like to cut anything really with my pizza cutter. Because, you know, even when my kids were little and I'd be cutting the crust off of sandwiches or cutting the stacks of pancakes into bite-sized pieces or strips, this is what would work because you get it all cut fast and even and you don't have to worry about going back and forth. But just like that, there's our quesadilla and we have our guacamole. Now, any questions, comments, be sure to put them in the comments. And as soon as I can see the comments, I will be back to answer them. And then here's the thing. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. I will be using this to clean up. Super easy. Once it gets cool, this is very easy to clean. I should also show you there is another set of plates. Look at that. Waffles, anyone? Waffles, anyone? So there's our waffle plate set. And the other pieces that are going to our pantry line, y'all, we've already used a pack of this. It's very, very good. Very, very tasty. And the other thing that I like to do when I'm doing pancakes and waffles, or if I'm doing donuts, is I like to add some pea protein, okay? So any of those dishes that you are making that are heavy carb, anything baked, muffins, cookies, cakes, add a little protein. Makes those pancake breakfasts last a little longer because it's gonna fill them up. All of our enrichables, including our pea protein, our super veggie, and our kale and fiber, there's no taste or texture. The pea protein, the super veggie, there's no color. Kale and fiber, it's green. So let's talk about these. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm kind of running over. I always say a half an hour and it's been about 38 minutes. So I am sorry about that. But here's the thing, y'all. Let's keep chatting in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions and maybe I'll pop on live later in the week and maybe show you a waffle or so. All right, bye for now. Let me know if you have any questions. Keep participating in the party. I'm gonna do a drawing later. So if you are watching in replay, still comment, still interact with us because we can definitely get you entered into that drawing too. And hopefully you saw some things. Now, I didn't cover every single product, but you'll be seeing more about every single new product as we go through the week. Thanks guys, glad to be your consultant.